Okay, it's time to
Welcome
add
to
you
Big
to Shift
Boss
Quantum.
Battle. My name is Removal Sanity, and today I am looking at Shift Quantum from publisher Red Panda Interactive on the Xbox One. Now, before we get started, I would like to add a transparency statement. One of the owners of B3 is currently in the deployment of Armour Games. They were the original IP holder for the Shift series, which Shift Quantum is based upon. However, we would like to point out at no point did they influence or engage us on the review of this game. So with that out of the way, let's find out what Shift Quantum is all about. The premise of the game is quite simple. In the future, you entrust your life to a clever AI called Axion Vertigo that promises you complete happiness. To do this, you connect your mind to the latest program completely designed to keep you into a sense of bliss called Shift Quantum. The game itself is a 3D platformer that pushes you to shift between positive and negative layers to help you traverse through the very clever levels. The game itself boasts approximately 117 levels and a very underlying story to keep you interested. However, if that isn't enough, they've also added in a level editor so you can create your own levels to suit your own personal styles and share them online. And this leads me on to the gameplay. Now, the basic idea of shifting from light and dark layers to progress through the levels is superb and brilliantly executed. However, it can be quite difficult to wrap your brain around sometimes. This is because the shifting mechanically pushes towards you two distinct different paths which you have to successfully navigate in which to reach the end. So you will need to pre-plan and think carefully on how you will progress. The levels themselves are kept fresh and unique by the devs ramping up the difficulty of the levels in terms of puzzles and also unique mechanics that are added on as you further you go. There are special blocks that physically alter your positive and negative spaces. There are zones where you cannot actually shift between the actual positive and negative levels. There is also a variety of death traps like spikes which will soon be added to give you even more of a challenge. Now, as I said earlier, there is an underlying story, and this is produced and told masterfully by using nothing but the game's minimalist aesthetics in terms of certain special levels. This helps push you forward in trying to determine the narrative and also connects to a variety of the collectibles found in each of the levels. The best aspect of the game is the fact that the whole platforming aspect is incredibly enjoyable. At no point did I feel that any of the levels were grindy or too tough for me to try and work out. Yes, they were thought-provoking and challenging, but they were enjoyable and thought-provoking and challenging. The platforming is superb and is simple and straightforward, but then again it's been designed to be that way. It's leaving the puzzle aspect elsewhere. Now also the controls are simple and smooth. They're very responsive, which you need to have in a platforming puzzler. As an added bonus, the game ships with its own user-friendly level editor. This gives you access to all the game's building parts so you can create, design, play and share online with the community your own creations. This was fantastic, and I found myself even playing through some of the other users' creations and trying to test myself against their own puzzles. And this leads me on to the graphics. Now, don't let the art style fool you. This black and white game feels polished and is beautiful to look at, whether in black or within white. The game absolutely looks stunning, and the cyberpunk aspect to it with the futuristic background plays its part as well. One of the best touches, I think, is the game's avatar. The game itself has this beautiful young man with a long coat over it. He kind of reminds me of Neo from The Matrix, and it really suits the aesthetics of the game. And this leads me on to the sound. Now, whilst the music is minimalistic, it is very nice and very well made. It's mostly synthetic atmospheric music, but this helps at basically relaxing you and making you feel tense at the same time. The game just oozes ambience, and with a little bit of digging I found out the reason why. This was the result of two composers using a back and forth competition with each other. The idea was that one composer would send his track to the other, and the other would then respond to it with his own version of that track. Because of this, the game really works well and it suits the game's narrative. I would wholly recommend trying to listen through this with your headphones, or if you do have a decent surround sound, use that. It is a stunning tracks and is well worth a listen just for this alone. So what do I think of Shift Quantum on the Xbox? Well, for me at least, this is a thumbs up and a wholeheartedly recommendation, and this is for the following reasons. The game doesn't suffer from some of the usual 3D puzzle platformings in terms of feeling too grindy or too frustrating. There is enough content here to keep you occupied for hours, and the level editor is a fantastic add-on and addition. The game's graphics and sound are stunning and superb and really help sell the narrative and ambience of the game itself. The game's price is currently also £16 or $20 US, so for that, in terms of what you're getting, it is a fantastic price as well. You are getting a lot of content for your buck. But besides that, the game is incredibly enjoyable and fun to play, and that is the main thing for any game. We do hope you enjoyed this review, so please do give it a like and a thumbs up. Please also try and give us some comments down below, as we do like to hear your thoughts on these games. Anyway, until next time, have a great time gaming.